Anybody wants to say about them, walk to the door. voting. Let's have everybody in. Let's have everybody inside. Can they roll it?
Azimio la moja inawezekana.
Asante DJ. I think our guests are here. So we're going to take a walk.
You okay?
Okay. Let me use our time before coming. We are late a little bit because of some logistics here and there, but we all did it.
Black iko hapo.
Testing. Can you hear me now? Yes, so I'm sorry we have delayed the program a little bit because of some issues that we could not overcome, but now we are here. So our guests are going to come in momentarily, then we'll start the program. So let me thank you for coming, and I think you thoroughly enjoyed the program. We'll take a few hours to do it. We'll compress it a little bit, and we're going to be happy at the end of the day. So, karibuni sana. We're about to start. DJ.
Azimio. Let's welcome our honorable governors and senators. Leo DJ Mheshimiwa Azimio. Let's welcome our guests. Leo DJ.
Yeah, KGM. KGM TV.
Azimio, standing ovation. Tuwakaribishe waheshimiwa. Tuwakaribishe waheshimiwa. our late President Mwai Kibaki. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's be seated, and I'll hand over to Omare. He'll be taking over the MC.
Thank you, co-MC, Organizing Secretary, Mr. Young. Wageni ambao mmesafiri kutoka nyumbani, tunashukuru and we thank God that you are here. So before we start our program, as it is always, we have to start with our national anthem. So the DJ will always stand up and play our Kenyan national anthem, and then the American national anthem. Give me the whole stand, please. Thank you, Mr. DJ. We can all see. I'm going to get this this opportunity to thank you for coming. This from Kenya and from other parts of the United States who are here tonight. Feel welcome. This is Minnesota. Minnesota nice. We are always nice. We are friendly to our guests. And I can promise you, anything you want, talk to these guys. They are very friendly. They can do what you want. I hope it is legal and within their ability. So, karibu sana, msiye nyumbani. So I want to call Pastor Mokua to put us in prayer before we officially start the program. Pastor, karibu.
Just been called to offer a word of prayer and before I offer maombi, ningependa ku take this opportunity kukaribisha wageni wetu karibu nyumbani, away from home. We are Christians, we love God. Na zaidi ya hayo, hao watu walipokuja hapa Minnesota kutafuta dola, tukaketi chini tukasema wanatafuta dola. We also did church today. We have more than 10 Kenyan churches here in Minnesota. Some worship on Saturday and Sunday. And in our churches, we tell our members, you better make a difference in this life. And we have pushed our members, our friends, to make a difference here. And also, we have a big team of our members who have come back home to make a difference. And the last person we pushed recently is Brother Jonah Mondieki. We told him to go to that and he was able to approach. And I told him a little bit, and this is Pastor Nima Dogo, lakini ninataka nini kwenda nyumbani. Tuambie, you can make it. Oh, he's a good man and he can make a difference. Thank you very much for coming to Minnesota. God bless you all. May we have a word of prayer. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you so much because we are a faithful God who makes us live, move, and have our being. We thank you for the gift of your Son, Jesus Christ. We thank you for the blessings of life and also for bringing us to Minnesota, to this country. Lord, we are here to make a difference in our family, with the people we come into contact with. Above all, to make a difference back at home. Because our people back at home need us. That's the reason why we came here. Tonight we are so blessed to have our guests who have come to fellowship with us here. And we are here, Lord, to listen to them, just to have moments together, and let this experience be an experience that will bring honor and glory to your name. Also, as I finish this prayer, I want to commit the family of the late President White back into your hands. May you comfort them. May you remind us that this life here on earth is a short life, but there is a life that will come that will live with you forever. May you comfort our country, Kenya. And above all, Heavenly Father, deliver us in your coming kingdom and prepare us for that day when you come again. For this is our prayer, trusting and believing in that wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And let everybody say, Amen. Amen. God bless you.
We also give a meaning to, because we don't only have Christians here, we have our brothers who are Muslims. And we don't identify anybody can say, anybody who can say a short prayer that we have. That would be nice. So I see somebody there. Please can you come and also give a short prayer because we want to recognize most of the brothers and not as fasting. Thank you.
okay? So
Thank you. So, I think now that we have been blessed from both sides, and now we are ready to start the meeting. Again, the members from the public, you have an opportunity today to listen to the evidence. We have the chair of the council of Azimio, Governor Oparanya. So if anything that we have that must reach Baba, we are sure that message will go directly to Baba. So I want to, because I'm an MC, I'm not supposed to talk about. I'm just supposed to pass the baton to the speaker. So the very first assignment I have is one of the chair of Azimio, the Diaspora chapter, to come up and introduce his team and say something as we continue the program. So the chair of Azimio, the Diaspora chapter, is your time if you are around. Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
We can't be this quiet. I know Minnesota can make noise. So I really want ile hiyo ya Minnesota kabisa, ile Azimio kuonyesha wageni kuna Azimio hapa. So I want the DJ to give an item ile baba anasema usichanganye ile muziki. So DJ, can you put some music watu wachangamke kidogo kabla tuongee, as I prepare my team and this to be around so that I can introduce them, so that the guests can know Azimio bedroom ya baba ni wapi Minnesota. So DJ, usiweke mchanganyiko wala hiyo muziki bwana. Watu wachangamke kidogo dakika moja hivi. I want my team to stand here as Azimio team and the members who are in the planning committee, so that I can introduce you as far as I can. I know we are running a little bit late, but I think this is the best time. Let us be patient. We give you time so that you share, you negotiate, you discuss, or you argue with our senators and the governor. Thank God they are here today. So weka hiyo muziki alafu as the team prepares itself.
We can't dance on our chairs. Nataka tusunguke all round. The who work here, will be the first one. That's now. The who is one. Let's come down. Where's the
DJ just
Come on.
Beyond. Yeah.
Let's all be seated. Thank you so much. At least I can see the blood is flowing with our new members. I want us to remain seated. Azimio, inawezekana. Azimio, inawezekana. Azimio, inawezekana. Azimio. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for DJ, thank you for that wonderful piece. Thank you also, Kenyan TV, the official Azimio coverage team for our event today. Thank you for your services, Kenyan TV, this evening. So, I will go through my team members that I've been working with, the Azimio Minnesota chapter, team members, quickly as I can. If I don't see you and the name is there, just come forward or raise your hand. I will just give them like a second to say something when I introduce them so that we can be quick and get done with the introduction. I think I will start with the team that is up front here. With me here, I'm with my organizing secretary, Bwana Mweso. You can just say hi to the members.
Azimio. Sema Azimio, sema inawezekana. Azimio. That's like this. Karibu sana. We're really happy you guys are here. We welcome the governors, the senators, and the whole team. We want this to be very positive, and you guys keep up that spirit. Azimio.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Next to you are really controlling me from. Okay. Thank you so much. With me again here, you saw him jumping to the podium. Our military man, Osigari, is our vice chair of the Azimio Minnesota chapter. Let him say a word. He's always in the military gear.
Azimio. 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 Ama mwalisha kama Azimio. Tuko na nguvu kuliko hiyo. Karibu. Yes. We are good. Trust me, we are good. Thank you, Mr. Yes. Here at home.
Thank you, Osigari. That is our vice chair. Up front here is the connection system. Okay, up front here. Oh. Okay. With me here is my able treasurer, Dr. Chris. I think this mic doesn't want to move ahead. So with me, Dr. Chris, can you come? Just say hi to the members of our treasurer, Dr. Chris. Hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Azimio. Next to him is our Secretary General, Mr. Henry Bomani Bwaye. Azimio. Azimio. Asante sana kwa kupata wakati kuja hapa, na wengi wetu karibuni sana. Tutaongea mengi. And next to me here, I see one Alvin Oyugi, board member in charge of logistics. He knows what he does, he can come and say hi. Azimio!
Azimio.
Thank you all for taking time. It's a short notice. We really appreciate you coming through. All protocols of draft, our governors, Oparanya, very happy to see you. Very happy, and thank you for all that you do. Wishing you all the time to win this one. Asante.
Thank you, Bwana Alvin. We have also one board member who is also a journalist. I just wanted to say hi. He's in charge of Azimio propaganda. Diaspora, we can say hi to the members. Check 1, 2. One, Dr. Makosi. That's what many man see. You know, we are live and everybody. No. I will withdraw that. Thank you very much. Otherwise, my governance, led by my boss, Governor Oparanya, Karibu Minnesota. I wanted you to start from Memphis, but you refused and said you come when things will be okay. Now, we have a lot to discuss, we have a lot to share. Lakini karibu. Umesalimiwa na Gavana Nyong'o na ndugu yangu my colleague Abana wangu. So, wajua kwamba uko nyumbani, utaenda bila kukula mzuri. Rafiki yangu Gavana Ugwai, hapa ni kwako, iwapi yote ni wako. So, karibuni nyumbani. Olekina, uko wapi ndugu yangu? I'm so happy to see you. Senator, mechikiri kabisa na wako. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Karibuni sana. Share the information, not propaganda. We are propagating the truth. So, I'm saying propaganda. Yes, propagating the truth. Thank you very much. Thank you, Diaspora. Thank you, Diaspora. On the other side, I see my other able board member with Ken O'Mara from Rochester. First one to arrive here from Rochester. Before you begin, thank you so much.
Jambo. Azimio. Nimeshukuru sana kwa sababu ya kufika kwa wageni wetu. Na nyinyi nyote tumefika hapa. Inaonekana hivyo na maneno yake kidogo lakini haya, ninawashukuru nyinyi nyote. Asante.
And then on the other side, I'm finished with the Azimio team that I see here. Because I've met somebody who is here. Because I want to introduce in this planning committee for this event, we had other people who are not part of the Azimio Secretariat who joined us to plan for this event. So I will give them a chance quickly. Let's be quick so that we don't take members' time. You know, we want to hear from them more than us. So I have Elna Marude, you can say a word quickly. She was part of the planning committee.
Hello. Azimio.
Thank you so much. And then I see, you know, anybody who has vying for elections from the diaspora, we always call them Waheshimiwa. So I see Waheshimiwa Joshua Ngoro, he was one of the members in our planning committee. If you can just say a word.
Thank you.
Hello? Azimio? 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 Hapana, Azimio? Kweli inawezekana, haitawezekana. Azimio, kama na sendele bolie, si inawezekana? Thank you. Thank you for giving me this 1 minute. I might not have any other chance. I want to be very happy to see all of us here. We're here for one cause. And thank you for recognizing my joint many years, Mr. Chairman, was a lot of things I had in mind. I see it coming through. May the good Lord bless you as we work together to make this successful. Thank you.
and say a word.
Good evening, everyone. Wana Azimio. Azimio. Azimio our governors, Mr. Oparanya, Mr. Ongwae, the senators, and the assistant, Mr. Ongwae. Welcome to Minnesota. Mr. Ongwae, you have been here before. This is not the Minnesota because it was a very short notice, but still people are on the way coming. Mr. Oparanya, your first time to be here in Minnesota. This thing is first time. Yeah, the first time to be here in Minnesota. So welcome, and we are expecting you back very soon with Baba. This is Baba's home, so we can't just do this today and then go. We are expecting you back very soon. Mr. Oparanya, the chair of Azimio, I think you are taking the notes for that. Minnesota is big swing for Baba. So we expect you, but for now, welcome. And our community, welcome. Feel home, feel wenye Azimio. Azimio iko hapa leo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sister Susan. I see another honorable member who was in the planning committee, Henry Mogire. Can you say a word, please? I think it's because of time.
Asante Bwana Chairman, thank you so much. Azimio. Inawezekana, nasema Azimio. Inawezekana. Azimio. Ndio hawa wengi wasikia, unajua hao ni wanasiasa. Na wanasiasa without ground and vibrance then I was given. So but wageni karibuni Minnesota. The honorable governors, respected and vibrant senators, Senator Kajwang, Senator Olekina, karibuni Minnesota sana. Hapa wanasema Gibra is in your bedroom ya baba. Minnesota in your bedroom ya baba. And mwenye anataka kunichallenge because hapa ni bedroom ya baba. Watu walipewa few not zilikuwa kidogo sana. Zilikuwa very short, but they are here because hapa ni bedroom. So karibuni Minnesota. Hapa pia home manake because hapa ni bedroom ya baba. Asante.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Henry Mogire. I want one gentleman to come and say a word. If you see any Azimio gear that you have been seeing all over Minnesota, he is part of the executive committee that is called Sorenge. He can change anything for Azimio. He can change any attire for Azimio in a second. So even when we are here, if you tell him something, he will just come right away. So I want you to say a word.
Sorry, I kind of like sat in the back. I want to see everybody looking good. Senator Ledama, Oparanya, Governor Ongwae, Kajang, karibu sana. And I think Minnesota have been kind of like underlooked. And I hope the next dispensation, actually before you vote, we want you guys to come back. We want to do a major showdown for you guys. So please, ukienda nyumbani, don't shut off your lines. Make sure you leave them open because we're inviting you back. So karibuni nyote, and tafadhali let's wacha tusemezane and let's tell them what we need. I wouldn't want to release everything at this moment. I'd like to talk after this. Wakati tunaongea si wote pamoja. We have a lot to tell them and to convince our people back home. Baba, we need a consulate, so kuna mengi yanakuja. Karibuni.
Thank you. I think there are some other members who are not with us tonight. Oh, I see one member, I think it might be the last one, Manasa Mogoro, just 1 minute so that... Don't take time. It's just going to be 1 minute. I can see people looking at you. They always get scared when you get a microphone. So please, don't get more than that.
Wana Azimio, amjambo. Your Excellency, Oparanya, the governors, Odinga, senators, we don't have that protocol. Wageni wote wale mliungana nao, karibu sana Minnesota. Wageni, karibu sana. And what I observed from there, I thought Oparanya, Governor Oparanya was very tall. Today, I saw he's shorter than Governor Odinga. Odinga, most of the time, when you talk, I've never, never I saw you are even taller than your parent. Karibu sana. Anyway, my names are, as he said, and mine will be very brief. Karibu sana. But I will say, Azimio, na inawezekana I want to tell this team that why we support Baba, there are many other factors, but one factor we support him is because of devolution. Yeah, he fought for devolution, and devolution really is there. The Diaspora constituency is somehow disappointed. Just a minute, give me a minute. Is disappointed that some of the governors, because most of the people left the diaspora to go home, invest, locally through the diaspora. So, should I stop here? I might not give it a chance. We are here to campaign for Baba. The trip, I would want the message they sent to him from the diaspora is that the governors deliver such that the top why we are supporting devolution that is one. Thank you very much. I don't know if I messed up, but we are in a community and we are the leaders. I don't know what I will have done. May God answer.
I wanted to give it the time when it's time to speak so that I can finish with the introductions. So because I know you guys, everybody has a lot of stuff so that we can go through that. So I wanted to finish the introductions. You can come back and say and finish whatever you wanted to say. I think I have only someone, and then we go. Someone where you is part of the planning committee, say hi here. Just say your name because I think you're scared to speak.
Azimio. And that way is Azimio. Asante sana. Governors, senators, all the way from Kenya, we are so excited. Welcome to the state of Minnesota. But I want to tell you, this is the face of Minnesota. Secondly, if you go back to Kenya for the elections, you still need to know about There are so much opportunities, investments you can take back to our country. And lastly, watu wetu, don't forget our table, our home, Hulda Omani. She's running for Senate. I get to support. Thank you so much. Asante.
Thank you, Mr. Mondi. That is wonderful. I think I'm done with the introductions. I will make a brief comment. I will not take much of your time because I know there are so many, I see a lot of you are very eager to say something, and we want to give you an opportunity at least to speak tonight if we can. As I said, my name is Dr. John McCoy. I'm the Azimio Minnesota chair. For those who know the history of where we are, it's been a long journey. Most of you are still here. I see some of those we have worked together. Some of them are aspirants now. They are right back home. We started this journey, they also started way back. But I remember since I landed in 2001, we started getting involved with Baba here in Minnesota. So I take this opportunity, first of all, to welcome our guests to Minnesota. As they have said, this is Baba's bedroom. Governor Oparanya will start with you. Governor Oparanya is not just Governor Oparanya right now. He is the chair of the Azimio Coalition Executive Council. So when you speak to him, clap for him, because when you speak to him, you are speaking to Baba right now. And actually, he was bestowed to come and speak here as if his Baba speaking here. So when you see Governor Oparanya here, just know Baba is here. Governor Oparanya, we have been with you several occasions, we have shared with you. Thank you for considering Minnesota. I'm told you were involved so much in telling the Secretariat that you have to come to Minnesota. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there. And our senator, Ebo Senator, you know you are this tall. You know, sometimes when I see you, I thought you were my size. But I was surprised that you can go with me. I'm so grateful that you came to this great state of Minnesota. When people heard that you were coming, I had so many phone calls. People were like, are you sure they're going to hear virtual or physical? I said, to hear physical. Now they have seen your side. Maybe you'll start to see you again how tall you are, but you will never come. So, Senator Ledama Olekina, welcome to Minnesota. Welcome. This is, I hope, your first time to Minnesota. You will see us Baba's airport. Senator John, we didn't even, this is how this thing has been unfolding. We didn't even know that you would make it to Minnesota until I think it was around 3 a.m. in the morning today. That's when we knew that you would be in Minnesota. So, I want to tell you that the team that you are seeing here, as you know, after the death of our former president, White Party, things changed so drastically. And we were being updated from the Secretary every minute, like who is coming, are they going to cancel the meeting? But I'm happy that these guests here, the senators you see here, the governors you see here tonight, they insisted that at least they have to pass through Minnesota before going back to Kenya. We are grateful for that, and we will never forget for remembering us during this particular moment. Going back to the team that is here, my fellow senators, my fellow governors, the people you see here, I've been yearning for a better Kenya for a long time. In Minnesota, the people you are seeing seated here tonight have fought for a better Kenya. They have fought for a better constitution for Kenya. They have fought for the revolution, as one of them said, when they are here in the diaspora. As you said, our Baba David has been to Minnesota like almost 4 times. At one time I remember, he came to Minnesota and there was a lot of snow. It had snowed so much, and we were scared whether people were going to attend his meeting. And I remember our Secretary General, where is Henry Mumani? I remember Henry Mumani, and I was very young in Minnesota then. I remember him taking me around with Baba, and then we would take him to some of the churches so that we can get people to the meeting for Baba's event. So you can imagine Baba has won the books, he has walked in the snow in Minnesota to campaign for a better day. And we must have that. So, well, I know that the Minnesotans who are seated tonight have insisted, they have told me that they are with Baba and they are with Azimio up to the end. In fact, it was so hard to convince them that Baba was not coming to Minnesota. I might leave that maybe to the Secretariat with the protocol here, Harriet. She arrived that day earlier, and I met her. Harriet, thank you so much, Harriet, because you really worked so hard from your other end, from the Kenyan Secretariat. You engaged with the Minnesota chapter. You were trying very hard to make sure that Baba comes through Minnesota. You are trying so hard to make sure that Baba comes through Minnesota. But because of the busy schedule, it will not happen. But we are happy we have the same guests here who are representing Baba tonight. And as most of you have said, when they go back home, we hear a rewind of his before the election. But before we ask them for a rewind, I believe as Minnesota, let's do something to show them that we need them to come back. Let's do something, let's campaign for Baba. Let's show them that we are putting Baba a bill so that they can come back. I will take another few minutes, just briefly say, one person nation, our senators, our governors, we have been yearning for a consulate here in Minnesota for a long time. One of our aspirants is running for the governorship in Yamina, Governor Odinga. I remember one time when Raila came, you were drafting some memorandum of understanding for a consulate here in Minnesota. So it's been a long time. We started this for a long time. But I'm glad when Baba was in New York, he said that as soon as he gets into office, you want to consulate to Minnesota, you want to consulate to Texas, and Sema. I think if you listen to his speech, for those who listen to his speech, he mentioned Minnesota #1. So we are hoping that this time round, if we put Baba into office, then the issue of the consulate will be solved. Number 2, the issue of voting. I know most of you senators who have come here, the governors who have come here, you are really ashamed when you ask how many people registered from the diaspora to vote back in Kenya. You are really surprised. But let me tell you this. I traveled with a team of 5 people to go and do the registration, voter registration in Washington, D.C. It took me a ticket of like $500 to get a ticket to D.C. and back to Minnesota. Thank God for at least one good reason. I had some friends there who gave me accommodation for 2 days, so I didn't pay for the hotel. If I could have paid for the hotel, it would have costed me like almost $1,000 for me to do the voter registration. Then when I was doing the registration, I found I was number 195.
It was 195 people who had registered. And I stayed for 2 days until they closed the registration. So that means we didn't do that. Most people in the diaspora did not register. But let me tell you why. This is what we are sending you back as our senators and as our governors. This process can be made so easy. This process can be made so easy. We have a consulate here, or before we have a consulate, before we used to have the embassy officials, they travel around the state. They come so that we can take our national IDs. We used to have them come to Minnesota so that we can take our national IDs. We need them to go around and register people for their Kenya identification. We need them to go around to get the registration for the passport, for the fingerprint. We don't have to travel to Washington, D.C. Another thing they need to do, we need you to go back as our representatives. Tell them that IDC should change the rules. Let the voter registration to be done. As soon as you go to get your passport, do the voter registration at the same time.
if you are going to get your ID, do your voter registration at the same time. You don't have to wait for another 4 years for them to announce for voter registration. It can be done as they process the passports, as they process the national identification card. They should also do the voter registration at the same time. So, second, the thing that is touching most people here in Minnesota or the diaspora is the issue of how we can link, and I think one of my colleagues was about to talk about that, how we can link the diaspora and our Kenyan people or our Kenyan government, policy-wise, how we can link them effectively. Why do I say this? I remember Governor Ware, when you came here one time or 1 or 2 times, we had talked about having a diaspora desk in Kisii County. But I think now, Governor Ware, you are the second time you are leaving office, most likely that diaspora desk did not work very well. If it was established, I don't think it has worked very well. I think we need now to take the diaspora serious and establish these diaspora offices in the counties, whether the county of Kakamega, whether the county of Naro, whether the county of Kisii, whether the county of Nyamira, and actualize them. Let them actually work, so that from there we can channel our grievances, we can tell you what we want. Why do I say this? If we have a diaspora desk, and I think Papa said in DC, once it comes to government, he's going to have, a diaspora national desk also. Because what Papa said is very clear. We have not channeled the contributions or the investments from the diaspora here to Kenya very effectively.
Most of the time, what we do, we send money to pay bills, we send money to pay for the hospital bills. But when it comes to issuance of bonds, where we can invest effectively, we have not organized ourselves in groups where we can work even with the county, we can work with the central bank, so that we can go there and buy even these bonds as the diaspora. This needs to be, let me tell you, by the way, if you don't know, we have foreign investors, when they go to buy their bonds in the central bank issued bonds, they are given as special preferences as foreign investors. Yet, these diasporas are foreign investors. These diaspora people are foreign investors. Who is better to invest in Kenya than have maybe somebody from China buying those bonds, than having these people come together as Kenyans and buy those bonds for investment? Because you know what it means? If they make a profit, that money goes back to Kenya. So this is very critical. We have to work on this aspect in a very critical way. On healthcare, I know so many people are going to speak about that, but we have to leave this building, engage our governors, how we can effectively work with them, how we can effectively invest back in Kenya. It doesn't matter to go all the way maybe to China and get 1 million, let's say 1 million US dollars as a loan for investment, when if all these people could contribute even $500, if you have these people contributing $500 and make even a cooperative, you will get that 1 million you are going to look for from China. This is the investment right here. So we have not tapped this. We have not tapped this bank. And I think as you traverse, as you talk to us, please, we want to see how we can make that very effective. Lastly, I want the governors and us today engage our members here tonight, because as I told you, we were not able to register as much as we wanted as voters. But we can be very effective agents for Azimio, for Baba from here. So we want to kind of negotiate with you, talk with you, tell us where we can help you. As I told you, we have our propaganda TV. We can tweak things back home for, for campaigns in Baba's favor. But anyway, so that one is. But there's a lot of power here. So many people have the gadgets. So many people have the means. We have been talking even adopting a village. We are working on adopting a village as Azimio here, so that we can help you in this election period. Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out. If we don't put Raila Odinga as the 5th president of Kenya, time is running out. One time, Martin Luther Jr. King said that this is not time to deal dally. I think because of time, I'm going to cut it short because I want the other speakers so that they can add on that. But anyway, I want to hear more from you, to share with our governors and tell us what you want them to take back home. Thank you so much. Thank you for having given me this chance that I've served with you as the chair of Azimio. Thank you. God bless you all.
Baba Chololo, Baba Chololo, Baba Chololo, Baba.
Thank you, my chair. I had to stand up. I don't know if you're going to fire me, but because this is a weekday and people are going to work tomorrow, it's late. So if you come forward, I know we have a lot that we can share. We are very passionate about our country, and we want to do the best for our country. But we cannot cover everything tonight. So when I give you an opportunity to come, just take a minute or so that everybody else, they can ask a question or contribute. We don't want to get this from one source. So I believe, Mr. Chair, next time we'll do better than now. Now, I know Mwanakandra is here. Mwanakandra has been a politician, but now he's a musician. We want him to put one number for Baba that he has specially dedicated and composed for Baba. Then we'll continue with the speeches. So Mwanakandra, you can, make the blood flow again within the room. Then we can continue. Just for 2-3 minutes. Come on. I know.
Nchi yetu. Nchi yetu.
So check out the
Tuilinde. Nchi yetu.
DJ. I love the DJ.
Nchi yetu. Tuilinde kwa umoja na amani.
Mizo mwenzi chembaterie Utia ito tata na kenyima Etu amonyoire Omora iyo moronge Orato amberega ki Kenya ya ito Eba kuboria Ingo yo mora itoyo Oyo mora ira amoro Odinga Awanto baito Mizo mwenzi chembaterie Utia ito tata na kenyima Etu amonyorire omora iyo moronge oratoga mbere gaki Kenya yaito ebakoboria ingoyo mora ikyoyo oyo no mora ira amoro Odinga mokarotenge kabisa gendo na kieke bono Azimio Azimio ndani Raila Odinga, sisi twakupenda, Kenya yetu yote twakupenda, makabila yote yaliyomo nchini Kenya. Raila Odinga, sisi twakupenda, kina baba, kina mama na vijana, wanasema kura yao kwa Raila. Oleta kisu ili chupa tulikate, tukawagie watu kwa wadogo. Nyama ya chungwa wakubwa watafune, mchuzi wake watoto wakanyonye. Twende sasa. Raila twakupenda, Raila twakupenda, Raila twakupenda, Raila twakupenda. Kama pete na chanda, kama pete na chanda. Penda penda twapendana na Wakenya wote twaungana yo. Penda penda twapendana na Wakenya wote twaungana. Mazuri umeshatutendea na mengi basa tutege. Mazuri umeshatutendea na mengi bado tutege. Nimeshakubali
Rurale naye ameitika.
Albandra nimeshakubali, Rurale naye ameitika. Waheshimiwa wetu gavana Ongwae, Oparanya, watu wazuri sana. Karibu Minnesota.
Yani moto kote mbali raundi hii. Wakenya wote, makabila yote hapa nchini Kenya, tunainuka kumuunga Raila Amolo mkono. Kumbuka kwamba mimi naitwa Albandra mwana
DJ. Asanteni sana ndugu zetu wa Minnesota. Shukria DJ. Mheshimiwa Gavana Ongwae, I served in the government of Kisii County as a member of County Assembly. He was my governor by that time, of whom I respect so much mpaka inabidi kwanza kofia chini. Mheshimiwa, karibu sana Minnesota. Mheshimiwa Oparanya na timu yote kwa ujumla, I was the first member of the County Assembly Kisii County government under his governance, James Omariba Ongwae. Kwa hiyo wakituambia Azimio ni Azimio, hakuna kitu ingine. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manakendra. That's how we know him. Alikuja kutafuta, hakuhamia, alikuja kutafuta kwa sababu kule labda mambo hayakuendea vizuri vile alikuwa anadhania. Kwa hivyo, thank you so much, Manakendra. So, and as I said, I'm going to give you the organizing secretary to give our statement, Azimio Diaspora statement. It will take a minute, then we can move. Please, organizing secretary.
Thank you. Dr. Chris Omare, asante sana. And we are very happy to have everybody here today. We as Diaspora, Azimio, Minnesota, we are very enthusiastic to make sure it goes back to Kenya. Sorry about this. I think one of these is bad. like you all know that this kind of setup usually, this is the best, best setup for us to articulate what we need. So we have, like I was saying, we have a lot of subject matter experts who need to work with the government. We want to be number one, and that's going to be one of our fortes. Yeah, I'm sorry my microphone keeps going off, but I hope you all can listen to me. Can you all hear me okay? We have a lot of natural resources in Kenya. Some of these things, it makes people laugh when we hear that we cannot create employment and there is resources on the ground. All we need is some investors to bring, some industries which will create the employment and uplift the economy. So we really request the Azimio government to work with us. And there's a lot of people who are ready to work with you. So let's make this communication open, and down the road we can always reach out to you. Support of the fifth is one of our strategies right now, because we believe that his aim for the government of Kenya is what we all need. We know he's against corruption, and he's trying to make sure everything goes in a legal way. When something is right, you make sure it goes through, or if someone is qualified, let him do the job. So we want a transparent kind of perspective where everything will go. So we really support the fifth on that, and we really want the kind of politics to be politics of transparency, accountability, and we really make sure that everything is communicated in an open way. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Yeah. So that was. So we want to make sure the fifth and the government, the incoming government, works with us, and we're ready to also advise in what we can. We have a lot of subject matter experts, as I said before, and in the end, that's what the politics is all about. And we do want to be included, and we want to participate in the politics of Kenya. We want to be included, and as the fifth said, we know we want the consulate over here, and that's going to be one of our channels for being able to communicate directly with the government of Kenya. So Governor Oparanya, we will be reaching out to you as a Minnesota Azimio and give you some proposals that we have on them. Thank you very much, everybody, and welcome.
Thank you, Brother Young. I think because, as I said earlier, this is a weekday, and people are kind of looking at their watches, and we want to hear more from our guests. So, if, for example, for some reason, okay, I'm not going to give you a chance, that maybe you on the schedule, but because of time, please work with us. After our guests have spoken, then later on we can ask questions. That way, we can bring you in. When you ask a question, then you can have a moment to say something. There are some papers here that Alvin has. You will pass them around. You can write your question. Then we will answer them at the end of after they have given their speeches. Now, I know there are candidates from the US who are going back home. When you come here, I know you are politicians, but it's only going to take 2-3 minutes from each of you. This is we go past that, you know, our guests are tired, they have been traveling, they have been engaging, so they need more time to rest. So, bear with me. There are community leaders here, I know. If there is any community leader, you can stand up, you can wave, people can see you. Any community leader, just stand up and wave so that people can see you. I can see Mwali. I can see Ugoro, former vice chair of Manyageti. That's from Kia. Okay. So you can see your leaders. Akia is here. So I'm one. I say community leaders. Then we have other leaders that will come here. So you can bear with me that we don't have time. Now, I'm going to call one lady here because most of the men have spoken. I'm going to give a chance to one of the ladies because the Constitution of Kenya requires that we recognize the other gender. We don't want to be biased. So I'm going to call Neva from Howard for 2 minutes.
Come up here, up here.
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, our honorable guests, honorable governors, and all guests, all protocols observed. My name is Neema Mura, and I am here on behalf of our community and an organization by the name African Minnesota Women Awareness Group. We create awareness in this community about domestic violence. We also look for resources for those who have suffered domestic violence and give them the necessary support that they need. Our organization has championed the cause of domestic violence, and because of domestic violence, a lot of our people have suffered. People come from Kenya with a very different mindset, and they think that the only way they can solve a problem is by beating their wives or beating the men. These days I understand even men are being beaten. They play hard, but men too are being abused. So, as AMWAD, we are standing for the community. We are not standing just for women. We are standing both for the men. Our sons are involved. How can then we stand only for women? When our sons are being abused, when our daughters are being abused. For your information, a number of our young men are rotting in the jails because of domestic violence. So, that's the reason we raise awareness, create awareness, and also try to direct our people to the necessary resources. I am going to ask our Governor Oparanya, please, we are asking that we get an office in Kenya so that when our people come from Kenya, maybe to come and work here or come with green cards, they can get the necessary awareness that they cannot come here and fight. They cannot beat their children. They cannot beat their wives. They need to look for a way to resolve domestic violence, not by fighting. If they fight, they end up rotting in the jails. So please, take this message to Baba. One of the ladies is a lady that, by the name Madeleine Mukela, whose hand was cut off. We are standing with that lady in Kenya, her hand was cut off. We are raising finances to support this girl. So we want to thank you very much for coming. We truly appreciate you. We know your family people. We know you will support this cause. Thank you very much. And to finish, I want to say inawezekana. Azimio. Inawezekana. Nani anaweza?
Thank you. We are here. Hello? When we are here, people can come in different attire, different styles, but we are here to convince them so that they move to Baba. Kama alikuja na ile, our mission here is to make them change to Baba. So, I'm going to transition to those who are aspiring, I'm going to aspire back home. Hello? But before they come, I'm going to call Dr. Bohoko. Dr. Bohoko is one of us. He's got some good news to share. People have spoken about healthcare. I believe he has a program that can be tailored and help the Kenyans. So, Bohoko, you have a maximum of
Master of Ceremony.
3 minutes.
This is my we are
Watu wa Azimio mpo? Watu wa Azimio mpo? You are, in our language we say you are very anemic, hamuna sauti. So that's something for you to work on. Before I begin, again, my name is Edwin Bogonko. Kakamega is my second home, that's where I grew up. Proud graduate of Musibu High School, so my heart is always there. And I'd like us to take a moment of silence to pay tribute to our fallen hero, Mike Kibaki, if you could, please. You can do it again. Governor Ongwae, as the chair of Azimio, Governor Oparanya, Senator Odinga, Senator Ojuan, leaders of the Azimio Minnesota chapter, leaders of our community and our churches, all protocols observed. It's very hard to speak about healthcare without thinking about a few things. One is health that is associated with water, so safe water and sanitation health. We are hoping our government continues to improve in that sector. It's very important for the health of our citizens. We are hoping that nutrition and food security is also on the agenda.
because without food you can't have a healthy workforce. And we're also hopeful that our housing continues to be affordable so people can get affordable housing. But today I want to talk about healthcare. In Minnesota today, we're less than 1% of the population, those of us of African descent, but we're 20% of the healthcare workforce. So as you look around in our community, we have a lot of resources, and I think all of us are willing to contribute to the improvement of the health of our country. So you can reach out to us. I wanted to share just a few tidbits. In the United States today, our annual spend in healthcare is $4.2 trillion. Think about it. $4.2 trillion, which is 18% of our GDP. Our spend per person is $12,000 per year. In Australia, the United Kingdom is a little lower at $5,000. And our insurance penetration is 91%. In other words, our citizens here who are insured. In the 20 and 2021 budget, our government only allocated $1 billion for the entire Kenya. And out of that, including private spending, we only spent about $3.5 million to take care of almost 50 million people, which is about 4.5% of our GDP. So we're grossly underfunded. In fact, the African Union tells us that if we don't spend up to 15% of our GDP, we will never attain universal health care. It's a fact. In 1960, the United States was only 5% of the GDP, but as their population has grown, so has their spending. Let me give you something more sobering. How much money do we spend per person? $12,000 per person per year in the United States. In 2000, Kenya only spent $21 for every season. Investment in health. It's better than the last 20 years. In 2019, we finished at about $85 per person. The World Bank estimates that 100 million people on our continent fall into poverty because of healthcare. Imagine your loved one is sick, you sell your cow, you sell your shamba. It's pushing our people into poverty. The other thing is we have to train people to work in our healthcare environment,
which means we have to think about how we train. Do we train to match the United States, or do we train for the local context? For example, we should train our surgeons so that they can do almost all surgeries across multiple disciplines, because there are not many of them to go around. I want to submit to your excellencies that even as we look at your involvement in shaping some of our healthcare policy going forward, a few important factors. We cannot achieve universal healthcare without a strong primary care focus. We cannot achieve universal healthcare without strong community hospitals. If you go to Kisii, thanks to the Japanese, we have a very good referral hospital. Governor Oparanya built a magnificent hospital in Kakamega, right? Not all the citizens can go to these hospitals where they have a headache and a cold because they'll overwhelm the system. So why do I say these things? Healthcare in Kenya is underfunded. I will tell you what, in my opinion, is making it worse and is going to help, make us not achieve universal healthcare in just a minute. The National Health Insurance Fund, I can now pay $60 for my grandma to get coverage. But after she goes to the hospital, it's not enough, right? What we have done in Kenya is failed to address the healthcare cost. I'll give two examples. If you go to the urban towns now, every corner has a big hospital. You go to Kisii. I was in Kisii last year, and I remember shaking my head, are we this sick? There's a hospital everywhere, okay? Unfortunately, our shift to private healthcare means Our citizens pay, they sell their land, and you know what happens in the private sector? Once your money gets finished, what happens? You get discharged. You don't have any more money. It's not about the care of the person. It's about the healthcare business. So I want to submit this. We used to have something called amenity wards. If you go to Kenya today, very few hospitals, government hospitals, have amenity wards. So what used to happen in the past is you have an amenity ward. If I'm a consultant in the hospital, instead of going to my private clinic, I have patients come, I can do some little private practice. But in the process, guess what? If they have insurance, the hospital can charge you Jubilee and the other insurance companies, they can charge NHIF. We have allowed the private sector to take the majority of the NHIF contributions at the expense of our citizens. It's not fair, it's not right. So I would like to finish by saying this. Let us think about improving funding for healthcare, increase the amount of contributions from NHIF. Let's rationalize the cost of private insurance. And you see this diasporans here, we are contributing almost half of the spend that I talked about. And so it brings me to a program we call Diaspora Care. So those of you who are here, now when I have to pay for healthcare for my mother, I do it through my phone because of this program. And those of you who are here tonight, if you are able to download the app, add somebody in your family as a beneficiary, you will get for free for the next 12 months a number to call whenever somebody in your family is sick. They will call and get telehealth for free for a whole year. And you can meet with us after this and we can tell you how it works. Just to conclude, we have a lot of healthcare expertise in this community, and we would like to really encourage you to reach out to us. We're not asking you to do anything extraordinary, but at least give us a chance to hear our perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bogongo. Now, those who will be running for positions in Kenya, if you come here, people will see you. I know there are about 5 of you. We will agree, because actually people giving before they listen to the governor. So we can mix. So, yeah, I'm listening to you and my boss. So, I'm going to mix. We will invite the guests. And during our mix, I will also give our aspirants a minute, because they have sponsored some of the activities, and then we will. So, without that, I hear you. I hear you. Yes, yes. So, I'm going to start with the senators. Then, so, this is what I'm going to do. I understand you. I'm going to hand over to Senator Olekina. But I know he's going to accommodate some of the aspirants who are going to run to. So, you are the bosses. So, my friend Olekina.
Thank you. Thank you very much. How are you guys doing? Mnasema Azimio. Semeni inawezekana. I use both of them. I was sitting right there. I was listening to you guys talk. And then it took me back to 1995 when I first came to the U.S. I lived in the U.S. for over 20 years. Over how many years? 20 years. And when I was here, I lived in Massachusetts. I lived in Colorado. and I also lived in Kentucky. And when I was here, all those ideas that you're talking about were lingering in my mind every single day. In fact, spoke about healthcare. And when I look at all of you here, you're all, one way or the other, working in the healthcare field. True or false? Sio ni ukweli? And we are trying to do so much in Kenya. And I think this is why we're here today. Because Senator Kajwang worked day in, day out to pass the new NHIF bill, which we hope will be able to resolve most of the problems that we have as a country. So tonight we're here to talk to you. We're here to explain to you what it is that our party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, has in store for you people in the diaspora, what our party leader has in store for Kenya in the real 21st century. So what I will do, because we don't want to bore you with a lot of things, my job is going to be very simple. I'm going to share with you our journey, but I have the distinguished senator from Homa Bay, Senator Moses Otieno Kajwang, who I will first of all invite. But before I invite him, I want to share with you what it is that we are doing. We have traversed the whole country of Kenya, talking about the issues, talking about Baba Care, the health care. You guys, you send a lot of money to Kenya every year. In fact, I'm sure even right now somebody is probably in his phone or her phone sending money home. So you're sending money home, you know? And maybe you're sending that money so that it can be able to pay for someone's medical bill, someone's school fees, right? Do you guys know that Raila has said when he becomes president, there'll be no child left behind? Eh? Every child will be paid for school fees. See, that will lessen your burden. So, Azimio is a coalition of so many political parties, people who share the same ideology. And we in the Senate made it possible, and in the National Assembly made it possible so that Azimio can be registered as a political party. So those are the things that we are going to do, to tell you today, demystify them. Make it very simple. I want to, so that you know, very delicate. I will start, give you their title, and then we can go on and on, trying to respond to some of the questions. Moses Otieno was the chairman of the public account for 3 years. He is now the chair of devolution, the devolution committee. And you know, the Right Honorable Prime Minister Amolo Odinga worked so hard to be able to bring devolution to the country. So Moses Otieno Kajwang will talk to you about some of the things that Raila Odinga is doing now to ensure that when he becomes the president, the day he becomes, not if, when he becomes president, what he'll be able to do with the issue of devolution. Then we have, these titles are so heavy, I had to write them down. So let me just read them here, because I don't want to forget. Governor James Ongwae, who I'm sure represents most of you here. Sindio, he's your governor. He is also the vice chairman of the Council of Governors. And he's also the vice chairman of the Lake Region Economic Bloc. And on top of that, he's also the member of the presidential campaign board of Azimio. Upigeni ya makofi. And this
brings that all come together and say, we want to appease the standard of living of our people. He's also the chairman of the he was the chairperson of the Council of Governors. And he used to appear before me when I was the chairman, I was the Committee of Public Accounts Investment in the Senate. And he would make sure that he responds to the questions. Even if he was the chairperson of all that, he would still come there and listen to us. So, I don't want to waste a lot of your time. I want to take 2 minutes and try to respond to a few things that I've had when I was sitting there. One, you guys have talked about ensuring that you can be able to get your passports when you need them, to be ensured that you can be able to get your visas for your children who are not yet dual citizens. And what you're calling for is you're asking to be given a consulate here. This is the first thing that I'm having asked. The second thing is that you say that you want the time BTCA to be tapped. You want to be able to work with us in Kenya, to be able to assist us in this solution. There's no one else who will listen to you other than Raila Odinga. That's why he's here. That's why he sent us to come and talk to you. That is why he was in Washington, D.C. That is why tomorrow we are going to engage Kenyans and Dallas. And then after that, some of us are going to San Francisco to continue engaging Kenyans. Because we all want to work together. Come on, man. See you in the So since I've had some of the things that you guys want us to do, Azimio is really the solution. Because Azimio has brought all these people who think together, to come together, to form one coalition, to ensure that we have a country that is inclusive. I'm an American. We want to make sure, here told Masai that I'm going to be there together, to ensure that the next government which is coming, we're not going to be told that in your Masai, since you have few, tapatia nini kitu kidogo. Hapana, hii keki kikato tunasema wapi ya Masai. Kama namelea. Sasa hivi tunaona Gavana Ngoya kwa hapa anasema wapi ya Masai. Sivyo? Ukiona Gavana anasema wapi ya Western yote. Okay? So really it's a government that is inclusive. And that is why we're taking parents. We are the ones with solutions. Solutions for healthcare. Solution for education, solution for the economy. You know, in 1984 when I was working for Reuters Television, Eritrea was built by the Diaspora. When we were fighting for many years in Ethiopia, Diasporans are the ones who built that economy. Isaiah Afwerki was the prime minister then, and they relied heavily on you guys. So really, when we stand here, you guys are preaching to the choir. I know exactly what it means to be a diaspora. I left this country of the United States of America and I went to Kenya and I ran for governor. Later on, I ran for Senate. And in future, after Baba, I will run for president. And I will also go to work. So really, I can see you and I want to tell you that the person with the solution is none other than Raila Odinga. So let me do this.
Let me invite my colleague, my brother, the senator from Oparanya, what's the to speak to you.
Asante sana seneta Odinga kwa Wakenya wenzangu. Nikisema Azimio najibu gani? Na nikisema inawezekana nani nasema Azimio. Inawezekana na nani? You know, prior to joining politics, I was a professional secretary. And that combined with my adventist upbringing meant that I was very temperate and very modest in my public pronouncements. But even Christ was temperate and moderate and modest until he went to the temple and he found that thieves and robbers had invaded the temple. Si Yesu alitoa nyaunyo. Hata sisi Kenya yetu imekuwa invaded na wezi na wakora, robbers and barons are in the house of worship. Itabidi sisi sote tutoke nje tuhakikishe kwamba tumefagia nyumba, tumetoa wakora wote. And that is the reason why, despite the sad circumstances that we find ourselves as a nation, mourning our third president, our leader, Right Honorable Raila, gave us clear instructions. He was going to present us as a funeral, but he was going to give us what to do. And that what to do was come and talk to the Kenyans. Not talk to them just to ask for their votes, but talk to them so that we can be partners. Talk to them so that we can harvest their skills, their experience, their resources, their collective wisdom to build a new Kenya. A Kenya where you will be proud to raise your children. I see in this room doctors, professors, PhD holders. I see students who have just landed in the United States of America, full of expectation. Some of you, from the look on your faces, would have been here for the last 10 years, 20 years, I think almost 20 years. And I see we will say about Azimio, we will But what has happened in the world in the last 40 years or 20 years? Let's not go for 40 years, let's go for 20 years. How was Vietnam able to move from a country that was divided and torn apart by war to become the manufacturing base of the world today? When you go to Levi's, you buy a shirt, you find that it was made in Vietnam, or made in Bangladesh, or made in Pakistan. In those 20 years, if you travel to the Gulf cities, go to the United Arab Emirates, and see what the Arabs are able to do with their wealth. In those 20 years, come to Africa and see what Rwanda has done, coming out of the ashes of war. In those 20 years, come and see what Ethiopia has done. Before the war between the Tigrayans and the Central State, Ethiopia was going faster than Kenya, and it was set to overtake Kenya. In those 20 years, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga has attempted several times to be the president of Kenya. We are confident and we are hopeful that with your support in the elections in August of this year, we shall have a president who will want to benchmark Kenya not with South Sudan, and I'm not saying South Sudan is a bad country to benchmark with, but we want to put Kenya at the same level as South Korea, same level as Singapore, same level as the United Arab Emirates, same level as Vietnam. Na ndio maana tusema Azimio tunasema inawezekana. That is the philosophy of Raila Odinga. Inawezekana for Kenya to be a great nation. Inawezekana for Kenya to be a leader in the League of Nations. If the Arabs did it and the Middle East did it, what would we have for us to achieve? When I talk to the diaspora, I know that I'm talking to the finest. Coming to the United States of America is more difficult than becoming an MCA. I have seen a former MCA from Odinga. You see, to be an MCA, you don't need much. You just need a Form 4 certificate and maybe you need a course in carpentry, or masonry, or welding, or automotive engineering. Otherwise, you're a mechanic, you can become an MCA. For you to come to the United States of America, it is like going through the eye of the needle. And so when I talk to the diaspora in the US, I know I'm talking to the great and the great. You are here not by luck or by chance, but you are well prepared to come here. I think it was Dr. Ogongo who spoke. Why is it that out of 1% population, you are 15% of healthcare workers? Where did you receive your basic training? It was not in the US, it was in Kenya. So when we have you here, we are giving you the best. Personally, I spent 7 years of my professional life outside Kenya. And like many of you, I left Kenya 1 October with a suitcase. 7 years later, I came back to Kenya with a wife, with a child, with 3 degrees, and 2 years later I was able to run for the office of Senate, following the circumstances that befell my family. Even back then, the money we used to send back home was doing the things that government should. Number one, we were sending money that was going towards health support. And I think that is one of your biggest bills as people in the diaspora. Leave alone food and packaging, because it is cultural that even if your mother or father at home had all the money, you would still send them to go. It's more of a token in many cases. But health, I saw families with medical bills of 2 million during the COVID pandemic. Who is funding that? Mostly people in the diaspora. How can we change things so that health, which is a public good, we have the social contract with government, they tax us so that they provide services. Raila Odinga is talking about Baba Care. Dr. you have got diaspora care. Now Raila sounds better. It's called Baba Care. It's called what? Baba Care. You know guys, if this Baba Care becomes a reality, and I believe it will, because on that table, we have the gentlemen who have had the best experience when it comes to provision of health services. As you know, health in Kenya, 90% of it is devolved. So the theater of operation is in the counties. We have seen what Governor has done. We have seen what Governor Oparanya has done. These gentlemen, being the key advisors and the key anchors of Raila Odinga, I am sure that the conversation will be about how to empower our counties to provide the infrastructure, to provide the software, to provide the human resources necessary to deliver healthcare to our population. And so, whereas we are spending millions in sorting out the relatives, maybe that will go towards development. Another thing where the diaspora has been substituting government is when it comes to social projects and development. In my village, churches are built by members of the diaspora. Isn't that true? Adventist churches are booming in South Nyanza, where I come from, in Homa Bay, Kisii, Nyamira, in those areas, and it is the support of the diaspora. Churches we shall build, and churches we shall build from our earnings. Churches we shall continue to give tithe. But why should we be the ones who build schools? Why should we be the ones who build hospitals and build roads? I have seen in some cases members of the community fundraising and outsourcing to build roads. Raila says he wants 35% of resources to go to counties so that these things shall not be a burden upon those who have been lucky to get jobs. These issues can be done by the government because it is the government with whom we have a social contract. I believe that is in our Ghana. There is another area, and as I finalize, that it is unfortunate the diaspora is funding. The diaspora is funding corruption. And let me tell you how the diaspora is funding corruption. Your brother in the village wants to get a job with the TSC. You are called and you are told to get to the TSC. You have to pay how much? 200,000. Your brother wants to join the army.